Nice job. Nice hat. All right, we'll get going with Duran Grant. As you can see, he's from St. V up in the Akron area. The one thing about this young man that I really that stood out to me the most, I went to a track meet back in the spring and just watched him from afar, and the focus, mental preparation that he had getting ready for the hurdles was unbelievable. Then I also had a chance to watch the playoff game this past year, live in person. He has tremendous ball skills. He's not afraid to stick his nose up in there and make some tackles and get dirty, which here at Ohio State our defensive backs are known for, and that's what we hang our hat on as well. Very athletic, very fast, does a great job, again, being a leader, a team guy. He played an All-American game this past January, did a great job down there, so we're really excited to have Duran coming to our family here. Fits in great with our guys, and again, he's going to be a tremendous asset for us, without a doubt. Pee Wee Gambrell from Toledo Rogers, again, another young man. He's probably about 6'2", so a taller guy as opposed to Duran. Duran's about 5'10 and a half, 5'11". Pee Wee's about 6'2", 6'1 and a half. Reminds me a lot of Donald Washington. Again, another very athletic guy. Both of these guys are track guys. So again, really good speed. Does a great job with the ball in his hands. Doesn't mind getting dirty. Again, making tackles. He'll be athletic enough and tough enough to blitz off the edge and do some different things. But then also when the ball's in the air, he'll have an opportunity to go get it and make a play. Long strider, as you can see right there, was injured for probably the first half of the season, his senior year. Then as soon as he came back, the first time he touched the ball, took it about 80 yards for a touchdown. So he was definitely a tremendous asset to his football team, the Rogers team. And that's exactly how we feel about him here, coming to Ohio State. But one thing we really like about both of these guys, Duran and Pee Wee, again, I think they really fit into our system, but more importantly, they fit into our family. When those guys were here for camp or when they came on the visits and things like that, when they were around our guys, you can tell they really gel with our players that we currently have. And every time we have visits, we always ask our guys, hey, what do you think about this guy? Can he fit in? And there was no hesitation whatsoever. All of our guys, hands down, about both of these guys said, without a doubt, coach, they're good guys. We want them. So that's something that we really put a lot of stock into. And we feel comfortable about that, and we're excited about that. Any questions?
With Jim Mongo graduating, how do you think these guys could fit into that fight for positions at cornerback? How was cornerback do you guys got?
Awesome. I think these guys are coming in at a great time. I think Luke said it best. I mean, they understand. You lose two seniors like that at those spots. They'll have a tremendous opportunity to do that. Come in and learn the system. They're athletic enough for sure, you know, to play. Will they play remains to be seen. But we always tell the guys, and Coach Trust tell all the freshmen that come in, you know, don't plan on redshirting. You need to come in with the idea that you're going to play, and be ready to play. And we have to do a great job of making sure we get them ready.
What you see with Duran, what would be his biggest challenge about challenging playing time?
Just learning the system. You know, both of those guys are very smart. You know, when they came on visits, we had a chance to sit down and watch tape, actually go through it, and then you know, we all, as coaches, we always look to something to try to, you know, quiz them on later to see if they remember. I tell you what, probably about 3 weeks later, we were just talking and started talking football again, and started talking, you know, coverage and stuff like that, and he knew right away what I meant when I talked about our coverage and what we did and some of the techniques, and that was impressive. So again, I just think learning the overall system, that's always tough. You know, people say, hey, the corner is the easiest position to play. I like to see them go play it, and they'll let me know.
Is Pee Wee adamant about sticking with that name?
We'll have to ask him when he gets here. But I'm sure right now he is, because that's what we call him. I'm sure once he gets here, the guys will probably have another nickname for him, so that'll probably stick with him. He did, you know, and that's the one thing about Pee Wee. He's had some adverse things in his life, that he's fought through, and even today, just the things he had to go through just to get his papers faxed in. To me, that shows a lot of diligence. That shows a lot of want to, a lot of fight, and you need that, and I'm happy to see that he has that. So again, that was impressive.
Taver, you mentioned that you went to the guys that were here, talked to them about these guys. How big a piece of the puzzle?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge because the program itself is all about the people from within, and the guys are going to spend their most time with the guys on the team. They're only going to be around the coaches for so long, for so many hours of the day. And when they go back to the dorm and on the weekends and the off season, they're going to be with those guys. So it's everything that those guys really feel they gel, like Ryan talked about, and a lot of these guys up front have talked about when it comes to recruiting and choosing a place.
There are a lot of corners over there that are 6'2" size, especially at the college level. But if you bring them out, this is the other that size.
Well, at that size, I think he brings a lot of length. He brings a lot of athleticism, and he'll be able to do a lot of things just at that position, different techniques because he's so long. He has long arms. You talk about offhand jams and things like that. That can help get him in better position. And when the ball's in the air, he can jump out of the gym, but now he has long arms. Now you're talking, being able to overcome some things, he just has to, not really overcome, but just like Durant, we talked about with Durant, just has to learn the system. Learn how we do things, learn to do it probably more consistently, what those guys have had to do or asked to do, and just make sure they bring an attitude every single time. Both of those guys, Durant and Pee Wee, again, they're really good players. They've played against good people. They're going to practice every day against the Derek Posey and Philly Brown. And so those guys, Chris Fields, those guys will have to be ready to compete every day, even before we start talking about getting to games.